want to share my life with someone. Let's remove the pressure. What if we started to get really creative about the ways and the places that we dated? I want there to be that person that I get to journey with and grow with. Love is the most magnetic frequency. Hello, my name is Dr. Amanda Hanson, also known as Midlife Muse. So let's talk about how to find love. This is a huge topic in most every single person's life at some point or another. When we think about finding love, I think it's really important to ask ourselves, why do I want to have a lover, a partner in my life? I think at the root of it, if it's this belief that you are somehow defective or not complete without a partner, that's really important to get to the core of and understand. Because if you're going out into the world looking for love with that energy of I am not complete until I find someone, I am defective, there's something wrong with me until someone else approves of me and loves me or picks me, then that's going to be a really tricky energy to be putting out into the world. And what you're going to call in is probably going to be pretty problematic. But if you're looking for love from the energy of, I want to share my life with someone. I want there to be someone who knows all the special intricacies of my personality, all my little quirks. I want there to be that person that I get to journey with and grow with. Then that's a very different place to be coming from. And that will show up energetically different in the world as well when you are out on the path living your life. But it's really important that we make sure that we get to the root understanding of why we want to be in a relationship. Because what I will tell you, as a woman who's been married for 26 years, 27 years in a relationship, they're damn hard. They will challenge everything you've ever believed about yourself, about relationships, about monogamy, about growing together or deciding to part ways. So I really think it's also important to not live in this fantasy that a relationship will be the completion of you, that it will solve all of the problems. As a matter of fact, most relationships actually highlight the things that are hard. My relationship is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. I am challenged by it very regularly. It is the mirror that reflects back all the places that I feel insecure, that I have not yet completely done my work, where I need to further grow, where is my edge for vulnerability. So knowing that relationships aren't necessarily all of the fun, all of the beauty, all of the joy. There is much of that, but there is a lot of shadow side to relationships. Oftentimes, we only choose a partner that we think would be someone we are deserving of. It really is so often based on how you feel about yourself is typically the equivalent of what you will attract into your life. And so if you're not feeling great about yourself, if you're not really coming from a place of self-love and adoration, you most likely are not going to attract someone who feels or thinks much differently about themselves, and then they won't be able to showcase it towards you either. So you can see how it's a very vicious cycle that we can get caught up in of these toxic relationships. So it's really, really important that there's a base of self-love before we are getting into relationships, if we want them to be for the long haul, if we want them to be healthy, if we want them to be safe. It's often really tricky as well, because when relationships start to get safe, I experienced this myself. When my marriage started to become very predictable, very safe, where I knew my husband was barely going to challenge me around any corner, I became confused and thought that maybe it was boring. Because I, growing up with lots of chaos, with lots of dysfunction, equated on some level that chaos and passion somehow fueled that same feeling. that passion, that love. On the very flip side of that is all of the toxic behaviors. So I had to really train myself and teach myself and learn to sit in some of the more calm spaces in the relationship. I had to learn how to be okay when it was boring, be okay when it was safe, be okay when it was predictable. For someone who was wired for chaos, it was a process that I had to teach myself that safety gets to be love, that calm and trust get to be love. So be very careful to not confuse the steadiness, the predictability for lack of love. It's actually safety. It's actually comfort. It's actually the space in which you will really be able to expand your heart. When your system has homeostasis, you can travel in your vulnerability to places you could not when your nervous system is all out of whack and you're feeling threatened. I would really love for us to stop thinking about seeking love and instead being love, being ourselves. I really think that the best way to find love is to go out and live your most incredible life. Go do the things that you love to do. Go do the things that light you up, that you so enjoy, that are so much fun for you. In those spaces, while you're out living your best life, you have a higher probability of finding love in the places that you love being, that light you up. You will find common people. You will find people that have similar interests as you. So I think if we're gonna go in search of love, I like to reframe it and think about go live your most incredible life and love will find you there. Then what if you did this? What if you decided you are gonna have 30 dates in a month? A date every single day. They don't all have to be in person. What if you decide you're gonna have fun with it? You're gonna set some of those dates are gonna be a 1 hour virtual Zoom date where you both open a bottle of wine, have a glass of wine, where maybe you both have your morning coffee. Maybe some of them you meet and go for a walk if they live nearby. But what if we started to get really creative about the ways and the places that we dated? And worst case scenario, you will have met 30 brand new people. Like, why don't we change up the energy and the way we approach dating and see it as one big wild adventure rather than going into it with all the expectation, all the nerves, all the performance of like, I need to find love. Go be you. Go find incredible, fun human beings. Yeah, some of them may be flops, no big deal. Don't have this expectation that you're gonna find the one on those 30 dates in 30 days. Go into it with so much curiosity. Go into it with a spirit of adventure. Imagine how fun that could be. So if you're someone who is on the apps, give yourself a 30-day challenge and say, I'm gonna set up 30 dates in the next 30 days. And let me know how that goes. Share with me in the comments about it. I'll be so excited to hear. I'll be so excited to champion and celebrate the adventure of it. Let's remove the pressure of having to find, as if we're looking for some lost treasure. You simply being love is the most magnetic frequency. People typically are attracted to those who already love themselves, as opposed to people who have that seeking, desperate energy about them. That is typically more of something that repels or attracts someone who wants to be in a codependent relationship. So the best thing you can do is go be the love, go be the joy, go live your life. Set up 30 dates in 30 days. Have fun with it. Stop making it so damn serious. I promise you, You will find love when you stop seeking love and you just go on one big adventure and live your life. Go be the love. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Make sure to like, to follow, to share with your loved ones. And I look forward to many more of these conversations.